Hi, I'm John from BD. This is a welding mask, and this is my Gen 5 Celica GT4. Guess what we're doing today?
So you know when you go to the doctors for tests, and you have tests, and then that day the doctor rings you and says, I think you need to come in. It's not good, is it? Well, Marcin, my welder, who's welding up my Gen 5, has just rang me and asked me to come in and see him. Don't want to go, but we are dealing with 27-year-old car, so it doesn't matter how good it is, how many bits are on it, how much power it's got. If the thing's got rusty holes in it, it ain't worth a pot to piss in, is it? So it's got to be done, and it's got to be done right. What looked like a little bubble just above the rear side skirt shield, you have the trim bit there that goes up to the rear wheel. Obviously you've taken, that's never come off on an MOT before, because you know they can't take off body panels to look at rust. It had a small patch on the inside of the sill, but it's not been done properly by any start of the imagination, so we're ripping everything out. I've got 2 new sills. I had to get them from Poland, believe it or not, but they are proper sills. And Marcin, who incidentally is Polish, and Christoph, they are brilliant welder fabricators. And I want the car solid. I want the car to last. So we're going down there, so let's see what they've done. I'll catch you in a bit.
Obviously, you know these cars are rust. This one's 27 years old and it's been stood for a lot of years, probably with grass growing underneath it. So it's not in the best shape, but by all stretch of the imagination, it's not in the worst shape, I don't think. Okay, so this is the near side, and as you can see, it's starting to go here. Well, I say it's starting to go, but you know what that means. That means it's rusting from the inside out. When you can start to see bubbles, okay, it means it's knackered. So we have got a new sill. I don't think we're gonna have to put the whole sill into the door. We're probably gonna cut it along the bottom, but we'll see when we start to cut it out. So right, it breaks my heart to do this, but I've got to show you. Look, say, sill there, straight through. Let's have a look down here. It's a bit hard to see with the light. Right, sill here, straight through. Sill there. No, that's not too bad there. That's not too. It's all got to be replaced, though, hasn't it? So this is the near side, just underneath the rear quarter panel. A cover sits over this all the time. So the problem you have is it's not checkable via MOT. Water can get in there, muck and moisture can just sit in there, and it just corrodes the panel from the inside out. It's terrible, but this isn't too bad. It's the other side which we may have a small problem with. Okay, so we've cut the sill out, basically. We haven't cut all the way into the door. We don't feel the need. When you put on replacement sills, you never get that door line perfect, unless it would be a genuine Toyota panel, which obviously we can't get. Okay, so it has gone, this is all new metal here, we've missed a bit. It's gone into the floor on this side. We've cut out these main gusset supports here so we can get the piece in behind there, and then we've welded these back in. I say we, not I haven't done it, my welder's done it. So a new return here all the way into the floor. The floor's not too bad on the underneath. Obviously the sill panel's going to go on last, but this section here is shocking. Look at that. It's where they all go. Obviously, like we've said before, there's usually a panel sat over here, trim panel. That just collects moisture, collects dirt, collects everything, which just sits in there. And what happens is obviously as well, there are holes underneath here, drain holes. They corrode, they start letting water in, and they just rot. It's just absolutely rotten. We do feel that this car, maybe because it's been stored for a number of years, has had grass growing under it on this side because it's so bad compared to the other side. You can see here, everything's got to come out. Okay, they haven't started on this section yet. They're just starting on this section, but it's all going to be done properly. It's the backbone of the car. It's the structure of the car. Okay, Toyota built such a good car here. You know, the mechanicals, the engine, the running gear, touch wood, a bulletproof. The problem is metal rusts, and this is a 27-year-old car. So the welders are going to be cracking on with this, welder fabricators. I don't want to cramp the style. I was going to get a bit of a time lapse going, but instead, because I just like to motor on, I'm just going to get loads of pictures and we'll do a bit of a segment and a bit of a gap. Day 2 on the welding now, and you can see they've got this, the main part of the sill in, and they've got all the return into the floor, which has gone back here. And also what they've done is, it's hard to see, they folded the lip of the sill over a little bit, because these pieces where it's 2 or 3 together are usually open, and that just lets water ingress up. As I've said before, is they haven't put the full sill going into the door. They wanted to cut the sill along here because, I'll be honest, the sills weren't the best. I mean, never are unless they're genuine parts. And he says you'll never get this door shut line perfect. And as you can see, you know, it's stitched really nicely, like I say, into the floor here. Now the bits I am really, because you can see right in there, can't you? The bits that I'm amazed by are these support gussets here. I had no idea how he's going to do them, and he's basically hand fabricated these out of 1.2 mil Zintec. As you can see here, obviously there's going to be a panel that comes over here. All this is getting cut out, but you can see how thick that is, how solid it's going to be. He said basically you'd be able to jack it up on here. Not that I'm going to, but very, very happy with the level of work that's gone into this. And this is the difference between a welder and a welder fabricator. Absolutely amazing. Very happy, very solid. It is such a structural part of the car. Bish bash bosh. Brilliant, made up. Okay, inside here, this is where the driver's side seatbelt bolts in. It gone into the floor here. So as you can see, they've put new metal in. If you'd had an accident, the seatbelt would have just probably ripped out. Try and get this. It's only on a scissor lift. So this is the inside section, return to the floor. This on driver's side. All fabricated, all done very nicely. This is all going to be epoxied. Obviously, I'm the painter, so this is all going to be epoxied, seam seals, primed, zinc primed and all that, and then top coated, and then wax oiled. Okay, I'm going to get in as much as I can with epoxy inside the sills. The problem you have is when you're obviously painting, you can't paint and then weld. So it's just going to be absolutely filled up with wax oil. Yeah, made up. Obviously, with this being a wide body, this whole area is completely different to the standard one. So the sill they give you comes all the way along, but this has all been fabricated, this has all been made. We've got recesses here for the clips, the original side skirt. Trim piece can clip on here and be perfect. It's all worked into here, so once this is all done, And this end cap is all finished, tailored in, all this is cut out. I can treat it all and I can body work it, and we can go from there. But it's looking lovely. Okay, right, here we are. This side is finished now. Okay, I'm very, very happy. We've got it all repaired, all inside here, all linked in. As we can see, the return underneath going all the way along. This panel has got the recess made in for the sill cover that goes over. All ready for the original clips. All recessed perfectly, as you can see here. So this trim piece, I'll put it on for you in a bit, is going to fit on perfectly. Obviously, it does need body working, which we're going to do in a separate video, and I'll talk you through the process of that. But the main thing is this is all repaired now, it's all solid. I can get some epoxy on it to protect it, and then we can go body working. I'm made up, it's absolutely solid, and the car is structurally sound on this side once again. Okay, so here's a trim piece. I'm trying to do this with two hands, but I can't do it. So the trim piece is on there. As you can see, it fits lovely along there. It's all recessed there. It is going to need body working, obviously, and it's going to need a little bit of a pull just there. Just pull that out. But yeah, boom. Look, winter hats on. Summer is well and truly over. Listen, we've got like 3 videos getting recorded at the same time because everything seems to be happening at once. So we've got the wheel fitment video, we've got suspension video, and we've also got the welding video going on. So bear with us. It's going to be one of those when you're waiting for a bus and 3 come at once. So it's hard trying to edit and juggle stuff and record stuff as we're going along. But we'll get there in the end. So take it easy and I'll see you next time. Bye.